What's up, everybody? So, this is the second vlog, and it's only been like 2 days since I did the first one now, and there's some stuff has happened, but not a lot's changed at the same time. So, as you guys know, day-to-day life, it's usually a slow process. You're not gonna see or hear about any massive changes. Probably lift my hands up a little higher. Massive changes. There we go. Anyway, so basically what's going on is got a few jobs that I've applied for, and I've heard back from them, and from what I can tell, it sounds like I have the work, but I haven't heard back from them in the time they said I had. One of the jobs I checked back with in person and found out it's just difficulty hearing back from the higher ups for them, and they're getting irritated. They want me out of there, but what can you do? So probably if I don't hear from them today, I probably won't hear from them until Saturday. But so that's a thing. I spent some time figuring out how much it's gonna cost to actually try and get this racing thing going steady for 3 years, and the number I came up with is just staggering, what I would need to do this. But I haven't given up hope on it. There's something really big outside. Let me check. What are you doing? Get out of here. Get out of here. There's a semi out front for some reason. It's not my house, but big truck. Anyway, though, so the number I came up with was just simply staggering. It was massive. It was in the range of around $300,000, and about 150 of that was just for the first year alone. For it was cost of the truck, the car, equipment, trailer. I think even if I found a small shop, I think I was estimating somewhere around $18,000 just for the year, just for the shop, not including utilities, any of that stuff. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna raise some of that cash to be able to do that. And I'm sitting here going, well, maybe I can try and get some sponsorships to do like a 3-year project or something, but who knows? I gotta look into it, and I guess I gotta just start sending out emails and phone calls and see what happens. I mean, the only way to find people that want to join in with you and do this kind of stuff is just keep putting yourself out there. So that's gonna be a fun little project and task ahead of myself, but I'm honestly looking forward to seeing how things change and what goes on over the next 3 years. It's only been 2 days, and I've already figured, a lot of stuff. I mean, I called some loan places for business loans, trying to get ideas for rates and stuff like that, and learned some stuff from them. So I've got to do a lot of credit work and credit fixing. So it's looking like I'll be setting up to work 2 jobs plus whatever I do on the side for the next year or so, just to get everything taken care of and set up, just adult life stuff. But it's all really neat as you learn and as you go on this kind of thing. But like I'd called to go look at a shop just to get an idea of size and what I'd be getting for X amount of rent per month, and it's looking like I'm gonna have to find a shop that's a little bit further away than I wanted, because all of the available shops in my area are they're huge. Like they're massive. Like you need a freaking Meineke. They has just been growing so fast that your 4-bay shop is no longer big enough, and you need something even bigger to do it. And for me, I'm just one guy at the moment, who is gonna have maybe 3 to 4 friends that are gonna come out and assist as teammates when I'm in this for the time being. So that'll be interesting. And you know, if you're wondering about the Ford Escape behind me, that I'm sure you probably noticed, because if you're watching this, you're probably car people, or at least, you know, you're interested about some of the racing stuff. It's my neighbor's car. I'm just helping him figure out what's going on with it. Something's going on with the wiring harness. The dash is freaking out. He's got a short somewhere in there, so I'm just helping him out with that since I have some spare time, and you know, all my tools are with me. Might as well put them to use and give me something to do. You know, so that's kind of just the gist of what's going on right now. I mean, today I'm probably not going to really do much in the way of contacting and trying to reach out. I'm most likely going to be sitting down and figuring out and putting on paper, I guess not on paper, but digital format. I'll be figuring out a solid plan for how I want to go about things the next 3 years. I'm going to try something that, you know, someone I watch on the internet that's very motivational. The guy's name is Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm going to take some advice that I saw him post recently about setting your goal and then working your way backwards to where you're at so you can figure out how you need to get there. And I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and try and see what happens when I do it. Now, you know, what I was reading is talking about your goals to people actually necessarily might set you up for failure, because your brain just assumes that, hey, you've talked about it, people already gave you the compliment or whatever. You know, so I'm hoping that by me doing these video logs, I don't possibly self-sabotage mentally, but I think maybe, you know, these give me a goal and something to do. So, you know, we'll see. I don't really have a set number that I want to do with these, or a period of time. I think I kind of just want to keep creating them on and off, you know, when I can. So there might be a string of days where there's one right after the next each day, or it might be a few days. I got to figure out a good rhythm, see how often things are changing for me as I figure this out. And you know, I also got to figure out a good video length time. I know this one's probably running a little short or long. I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me something in the comments if you're watching this. And this is only the second one, so there's only going to be a handful of people that actually watch this until possibly I'm more well known. Fun thing about today, though, it's currently 100 degrees with 24% humidity, so sitting in my garage right now, even with a tiny little fan blowing on me, it is just beyond hot right now. So I think I'm gonna call it for today on this video. But you know, big changes to come, and you know, hopefully I'll get to see some rapid progress, and I'll be able to come back to these video logs and kind of rewatch things and just see how things look, so I can always remember, you know, where I came from if and when I do make it into something bigger. It'll be cool to be able to go back and be like, you know what, it was only a few years ago, or it was 15 years ago, or however long that you know, I was here. You know, was here with currently no job, not a, you know, a bit of a clue of how I'm going to go about things, you know, waiting to hear back from several interviews, and just overall uncertain of where the future is going to go. So, you know, this will be a neat journey to see and keep track of and keep logged. So if you're the kind of person that likes watching this stuff and following people's lives, you know, hit that like button, you know, and click the subscribe button so you'll see updates of when I put new videos up, whether they're the video logs, me racing, or doing whatever. You know, and then if you kind of like watching some of the day-to-day stuff going on, follow my Instagram. It's not that hard to find. It's just Cone Hunter, you know, _ racing, and you'll see me. Boom, I'll pop up right there. If you see a picture of the Mustang, you know, click on that, like it, and then follow. So, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and call it good for today. But you know, as always, hope you all have a great day and happy hunting.